Okay, so you know how we're always talking about building a work wardrobe that's like stylish but also professional?
Uh-huh.
Well, today we're going deep on that, specifically plus-size dresses. We've got this transcript from the YouTube channel Plus Elegance.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that channel.
They have a ton of advice on this, and it seems like a lot of plus-size women, they struggle to find that balance, looking professional but also feeling good in what they're wearing.
That's definitely a challenge.
Yeah, totally. And they actually break it down by color. 5 classic colors: black, navy blue, gray, blue, and brown. So, let's just start with black. It's the classic for a reason, right? Makes you look slim, chic.
Yeah, it's like the go-to.
But they say it's not just about the color, right? They say structure is super important, even with black. The way the dress is made to flatter your curves.
Makes sense. So it's not just any black dress will do.
Exactly. They talk about sheath dresses, those form-fitting ones, and A-line dresses, those that flow out from the waist, both good for a plus-size figure. And they mention the hemline, too. Like, a slight flare at the bottom is especially flattering.
Oh, especially for wider hips, I bet.
Yes. All about balance and proportion, they say. You're not hiding your curves, you're working with them.
Okay, so black dress structured, but then there's accessorizing. I guess black's like a blank canvas.
Totally. They say pops of color. Like, imagine a bright scarf, a statement necklace.
So you can still make it your own.
Definitely.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So black is great, but maybe you want something a little, I don't know, less dark. That's where navy blue comes in.
Right. They call it a softer black. Still elegant, but a little more depth.
More depth, huh? What does that mean?
Well, they say navy can give structure, but without being as harsh as black sometimes is. And it's supposed to be good for, most skin tones.
Interesting. And they talk about the fit and flare style for navy dresses, right?
Fit and flare, yeah. That's the one that's fitted on top and then flares out from the hips.
Oh, right. Right. Creating that hourglass shape.
Exactly. It's all about understanding your body shape, they say. Okay, before we move on, navy accessories.
Metallic. They say
Yeah.
metallic. Gold belt, silver earrings, that kind of thing.
Ooh, fancy. Got it. Okay, next color. This one might surprise you. Gray. Isn't gray kind of boring for work?
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
But they're like, no, gray can be super chic if you do it right.
So it's all in the styling.
Yeah. They're big on the cut, tailored, straight gray dress, they say. Streamlined.
Oh, so it makes you look taller.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And fabric is important too. Wool for a structured look or jersey knit for comfort.
So many options with gray.
Right. And for people with a rounder midsection, they say look for ruching or pleating at the waist. Helps with the fit.
Smart. Okay, so gray's more versatile than we thought. Let's move on to blue. Blue feels tricky for work, though.
It can be, yeah. But they talk about specific shades, like royal blue, cobalt, teal.
Those are good, yeah.
They say those colors brighten you up. And they look good on, plus-size women.
Makes sense. So not just any blue. And what about styles? What do they say about the cut of a blue dress?
Well, they have two that they like. There's the classic fitted blue dress with a pencil skirt. Very professional.
Uh-huh.
But then they also like the wrap dress.
A wrap dress. For the office.
Yeah. If it's tailored well, they say it can be polished and it makes that hourglass shape.
Interesting. So you can still be comfortable, even at work.
That's their point. It doesn't have to be stuffy.
Okay, I'm liking this. So we've done black, navy, gray, blue. That leaves us with brown, which I feel like nobody ever wears to the office.
I didn't go right, but they call brown underrated. Warm, approachable, versatile.
I guess when you think about professional colors, brown isn't the first one that comes to mind.
No, but they say it creates a different kind of professional image. Like competent but relatable.
That's interesting. And styles for brown dresses.
They like midi lengths, A-line or pencil skirt. And they say texture is good with brown, ribbed fabric, or woven patterns to make it interesting.
So it's not just the color, it's how you, play with it.
Right. The details make it special.
Right.
So it doesn't look flat.
Wow. This is a lot to think about. I feel like I'm already learning so much.
Me too.
It's not just about the color, it's how it all works together. Your skin tone, your body shape, the message you're trying to send.
And it's so clear that plus-size fashion is not one size fits all.
No, definitely not.
There's all these, nuances. And if you make the right choices, it can really change how you look and feel.
Absolutely. But you know what? We've only scratched the surface here.
I know, right?
They have so much more advice in this video, beyond just color.
Like all the styling tips?
Yeah. We need to talk about fit, accessorizing, layering, all that good stuff.
Layering is key.
It is. So we'll be back in part 2 to get into all that. More tips for a stylish A&D practical plus-size work wardrobe.
Sounds good.
Stay tuned.
All right, so we're back, And I'm ready to dig into more of this video. We talked about color, but there's so much more to it than that, right? Like, fit is huge EE.
Oh, yeah. Fit is everything. And it doesn't matter what size you are, everyone struggles with it.
Totally. And they have this line. I love this line. Dress for the body you have, not the body you wish you had.
Ooh, that's good. That's so true.
Right. It's like, embrace yourself and W. Find clothes that make you look good and now W.
Yeah, not like you're trying to hide or change something.
Exactly. It's about confidence, feeling good in your own skin.
I love that. So that's the philosophy, but what about the actual practical advice? Do they tell you how W to find the right fit?
Oh, yeah, they get into specifics, like dress length. That's a big one, especially for work.
Okay, yeah, because too short is obviously not good for the office, but too long can look frumpy.
Exactly. They say aim for knee length or midi length.
Midi length, remind me what that is again?
Midi is like between the knee and the ankle, mid-calf, usually.
Right, right. Okay, so that's length. What about other things like the neckline, the waistline?
Oh, they talk about that stuff too. Like a V-neck line is good for plus-size figures, they say. Makes your neck look longer, balances things out.
Makes sense. And what about if you're self-conscious about your tummy? Any tips for that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. They talk about ruching or pleating.
Yeah.
You know how those gather the fabric?
Yeah.
So those can, like, camouflage areas you don't want to emphasize.
So smart.
Right. It's not about hiding. It's just about, like, working with your shape.
I like that. Okay, so we've got color, we've got fit, but then there's accessories. That's where I always get lost.
Accessories are tricky, especially for work. They say to choose jewelry that's, in proportion to your body.
What does that mean?
Like if the jewelry's too small, it can get lost on you. And if it's too big, it can be, like, overwhelming.
Ah, okay. So it's all about balance again.
Right, finding that sweet spot. And they have this great tip. Invest in a few statement pieces that you love. Like a bold necklace, a colorful scarf, something like that.
Oh, so you have a few go-to pieces that you can just throw on and instantly look amazing.
Exactly. Makes life easier.
Love it. Okay, so that's statement pieces. What about, like, everyday accessories? Belts, handbags?
Belts are great. They say a good belt defines your waist, makes you look more polished, and handbags can add a pop of color, or show your personality.
Yeah, yeah. It's all the little things, right? They
Sure.
add up.
Totally. Oh, and shoes. We got to talk shoes. That's a big one for the office, especially if you're on your feet all day.
Oh my gosh, yes. Shoes are so important, but it's hard to find ones that are both cute and comfortable.
Right. They say comfort is key. Why? Especially for work.
Yeah.
But they also give tips for looking stylish while still being comfy.
Okay, good, because I don't want to have to wear, like, grandma shoes just to survive the day.
No, for sure. They suggest wedges or block heels. They give you good support. And they remind us that flats can be chic, too, if you pair them with the right outfit.
See, there's hope. You don't have to sacrifice fashion for comfort. Okay, what about layering? Because office temperatures are unpredictable.
Oh, layering. They love layering. Adds dimension, visual interest, warmth. Like a blazer over a dress.
Yes.
Or a cardigan.
Yes. A blazer makes everything look more professional, right?
Exactly. And cardigans are cozy. They even talk about mixing textures, like a flowy scarf with a structured dress.
Yeah.
Or a denim jacket for a more casual look.
Okay, so layering is like a whole art form in itself.
It is. It's fun, though. Just experiment and see what looks good on you.
Okay, I'm inspired. Color, fit, accessorizing, layering. It's amazing how much goes into creating a work wardrobe you actually love.
I know, right? And it's not just about the clothes, it's about feeling good about yourself.
Totally. It's like this video is empowering in a way. It's like you can be plus size and still be stylish and rock it at work.
Exactly. And they make a good point. Office wear doesn't have to be boring. Just got to be creative.
I'm convinced. But, they only talk about solid colors for dresses. What about prints? Can you wear prints to the office?
That's a good question. Prints can be tricky, right? Like, how do you do prints without looking too casual?
Right. Because I love prints, but I always feel unsure about them for work.
I know. And that's actually what we're going to talk about in part 3, how to do prints right.
Yeah.
So stay tuned.
All right, so we're back, and it's time to tackle the big one. Prints. Can you wear them to the office?
Prints, right. It's like, they can be tricky.
Yeah, like, I love prints, but I'm always scared to wear them to work.
It's that fine line,
Yeah.
between stylish and, like, too casual.
Totally. And this video actually talks about that. How to do prints right, especially for a plus-size office wardrobe.
It's a whole section.
I am ready. Where do we even begin, though? There's so many different kinds of prints.
Well, they start by talking about the impact of different prints. like how they change your overall look. For example, vertical stripes.
So vertical stripes, I know those are supposed to be slimming.
Right, they make you look taller, leaner.
Like, it tricks the eye.
Exactly. And that's good for the office, right? Looking professional.
Yeah, definitely. But stripes aren't the only option.
Oh no, there's tons. Floral prints, for example.
Florals, okay. Those are more, like, feminine.
Yeah, softer. And then there's geometric prints like polka dots, chevrons.
Those are...
They add a little something, you know? But without looking childish.
I can see that. What about, like, abstract prints?
Abstract prints are good too. They can be very modern, very sophisticated.
So many choices. It's kind of overwhelming. How do you know which ones are actually okay for work?
They have two main things they talk about: scale and color.
Okay.
Scale means like the size of the print. They say stick to smaller prints for the office.
Makes sense. Big prints would be too much, probably.
Yeah, too distracting. And then color. They say go for muted tones or classic color combinations.
So, like, if I want to wear florals, maybe black and white instead of, like, super bright colors.
Exactly. Or you could always add a blazer or cardigan, you know, to tone it down a bit.
Okay, that's helpful. But what about prints specifically for plus size? Like, do certain prints look better on curvier bodies?
But they talk about that a little bit. But it depends, you know,
Yeah,
on your specific shape and what you like.
of course, of course.
But they have some general tips, like if you're pear-shaped, wider hips than bust, they say be careful about prints on the bottom.
So maybe a printed top instead of a printed skirt.
Yes, printed top, solid bottom, that balances things out. Or if you do a printed skirt or dress, make sure it's A-line, flowy.
Okay, makes sense. What about apple shapes? Bigger on top.
For apple shapes, they say it's good to draw attention to your legs or define your waist. Like a wrap dress with a print would be good.
Wrap dresses are amazing.
Right. And you can always add a belt too.
Oh, yeah, to cinch in the waist. Okay, this is all making sense. So it's not just about the print itself, it's about how it works with your body.
Exactly. And they mentioned something else too, your office environment. Like how formal is it?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Some offices are more casual than others.
Right. So if it's a very corporate office, maybe stick with classic prints, like pinstripes or little polka dots. But if it's more relaxed, you can have more fun.
Yeah, it's all about, like, reading the room and knowing what's appropriate.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, it's about confidence. If you feel good in a print, rock it.
Love that. Okay, so we've covered a lot, right? Color, fit, accessorizing, layering, prints. It's a lot.
Plus-size office dressing is a whole science.
It is. But honestly, I'm feeling way more confident now. Like, I can actually put together outfits that I feel good in, you know?
That's what matters,
Yeah.
right? And that's what I love about this video. It's all about feeling good, feeling empowered.
And it shows you that plus-size fashion doesn't have to be boring. There's so many options.
Unlimited options. You just got to find what works for you.
Exactly. Well, this has been awesome. Thanks for deep diving into this with me.
My pleasure. And to everyone listening, we hope you feel inspired to, experiment with your style and create a work wardrobe that you absolutely love.
Yes, that's what it's all about. Okay, that wraps up our deep dive on plus-size office dresses. We'll be back soon with another deep dive, another topic. Until then, stay curious, stay stylish, and most importantly, stay true to yourself.